Imagine living in a community where every day feels like a vacation. Yoga studios, heated pools, dog parks, and event spaces right at your doorsteps. This isn't a five-star resort, it's the future of American housing. Welcome to the build-to-rent revolution, where hedge funds and private equity firms are vying to make renters out of you, me, all of us. But at what cost? What's the hidden agenda behind these luxurious living spaces? Today, we're exploring a seismic shift in housing that could alter the American dream as we know it. With interest rates high and climbing, home values continuing to surge, the allure of owning a home is fading for many. Enter the era of build-to-rent or BTR communities, a concept rapidly gaining ground across the Sun Belt and beyond. But is it all it's cracked up to be? BTR is not something that has just hit the market. It's been on the scene for a while and was really ramping up, until the economic slowdown and increase in interest rates. Many have said that this trend will not stay as an asset class. That does not seem to be the case. In fact, it looks like it's starting to gain some additional momentum. Recently, Pretium raised $1 billion for BTR homes, and I just read at Bloomberg had reported that Miami-based BGO, a real estate manager majority owned by Sun Life Financial, will partner with One Sharp Capital to commit $500 million in an effort to purchase communities of single-family rental homes directly from home builders. From the way it looks, BTR as an asset class is here to stay. Do me a favor and hit the subscribe button for more information and why it's important to understand what's happening in the world of real estate. I'm going to provide you with the knowledge to salvage the dream before it's too late. Out of crisis, opportunity is born, and we are, in fact, in a home affordability crisis and home ownership crisis. Hedge funds and private equity giants have spotted an opportunity in the housing market's chaos by developing single-family rental communities that offer more than just a place to live. They're crafting an enticing narrative of hassle-free, amenity-rich living. From Charlotte to Austin, these BTR communities promise the comfort of a private home without the strings of a mortgage. As someone that owns and has owned single-family homes as long-term rentals, I fully understand what it takes to put a qualified tenant in a rental. You want to make sure that they can pay the rent and they will not destroy the home. What's interesting to me is the depth in which these communities go to make sure that the renter is qualified. So you, as a potential tenant, will go through the steps, but will not find out if you're approved to buy. They ask for credit reports. They ask for pay stubs, your W-2s, your tax returns. If you haven't ever gone through the mortgage process, well, that's it. That's the exact same thing. You're going to provide all the same documentation to get qualified for a mortgage. Many renters don't think they can qualify for a mortgage, so they don't even try. I encourage you to do so. Come up with a plan. If you don't qualify now, of course, there's a down payment requirements and asset requirements, but in many cases, the down payment is as much or at least close to the deposit and first month's rent that you'll make, especially if you're going to be a first-time home buyer and taking advantage of some of the lower down payment options. Look, I get it. At the heart of this trend lies a powerful magnet: luxury amenities. Millennials, who are at the heart of this trend, are grappling with the realities of modern work-life balance and price out of the housing market. Find in these communities not just a house, but a lifestyle. Private backyards, community pools, and pet-friendly policies aren't just perks. They're the new benchmarks for rental living. But there's a catch. You're sacrificing net worth. You're sacrificing wealth creation. Why do you think you are being sold this bill of goods? Why do you think they are making it so easy for you to want to stay? This isn't just out of the goodness of their heart. They don't just come into a community and want to revitalize it, make it a little bit better place for everybody to live so they feel better, so they can sleep at night. No, wake up. You are an income stream. You're already, or you're about to become, the very thing that many of you post about not wanting to be, helping provide additional income for private equity and hedge funds that are running the country. While these rentals may tick off all the boxes for convenience and quality of life, they come with a less visible price tag. Your rent payments are fueling the profits of some of the world's most powerful investment firms. As these communities proliferate, the traditional pathway to wealth accumulation through homeownership becomes ever more elusive for the average American. It's elusive because you're being tricked. You're being lulled to sleep. You're being made to think that it's just the way it is. Creating wealth and net worth doesn't come by just manifesting it. You have to sacrifice. Very few individuals have just gotten lucky and become an overnight success stories that have actually lasted. The fact is that homeowners have 40 times more net worth than renters. That's an actual fact. My belief as to why I think it is. It's forced savings. I fully understand that if you took your down payment and you put the difference in renting and buying a home, which is right now about $500 a month, you took that money and you invested that money in an asset gaining 6, 7, 8% over the long run, you will actually do better than just throwing your money into a primary residence that's collecting 2 to 4% appreciation and experiencing some amortization gains. However, the numbers tell us differently. You're not going to do it. You won't do it. You will not put your money into something that will gain a return. Real estate drags you along, kicking and screaming. It's not necessarily the way to look at it. Honestly, it's not. However, I hear it all the time from borrowers and potential buyers that they will not take the necessary steps to stay disciplined to make this happen on their own. There's a reason that coaching is so profitable. People need help. They need assistance, and real estate is a way to do that. We are fortunate enough to have the ability to do this using a mortgage and buying real estate, but you have to have a longer term outlook. With homeownership increasingly out of reach for many borrowers, BTR communities are not just an alternative, they're becoming the norm. But what does this mean for the American dream? As we trade white picket fences for communal living, are we sacrificing the cornerstone of financial independence for the sake of convenience? In my opinion, we are. Most don't want to make the sacrifice or do what it takes to become wealthy and to create generational wealth. What's tough to watch is that so many are not realizing they have been hoodwinked into thinking this is the only way. Well, I'm here to encourage you and explain that it's not. There are options out there, but it does take a little bit of sacrifice to take advantage of the equity gains and to receive the gains that you'll experience with real estate. It takes time for you to use those gains to then move up and get the house that you actually want. It's not going to be an overnight thing. This trend is reshaping the housing market with implications from everything from urban planning to social mobility. As BTR communities spread from Phoenix to Florida, they promise to redefine not just where we live, but how we live. The question is, are we ready for the shift? The better question is, are you willing to accept the shift? Are you just going to lay down and accept your fate? As we stand at the crossroads of change, it's clear that the BTR phenomenon is more than a fad. It's a formidable force in the real estate market. But as we embrace this new way of living, let's not lose sight of the bigger picture. The true cost of luxury rental living may be more than just the rent we pay. It could be the dream of homeownership slipping further away. What are your thoughts on the build-to-rent communities? Would you like to trade homeownership for luxury rental living? Drop your opinions and experiences in the comments below and let's spark a conversation. My name is Darren Hunter. That's another guaranteed message, and I look forward to talking with you on the next one.